If the fiscal cliff has you nervous, this may be some relaxing news. As of midnight last night, Washington is now the first state in the United States to legalize marijuana for adult recreational use. But the law is not without complications. Jane Wells is live in L.A. with more on that story. Morning, Jane.
Hi, Carl. Lighting up in Seattle is one thing. Figuring out how these laws are going to work is another. Pot possession may be legal in Washington, but it'll be another year before the state sets up the bureaucracy, creating a network of legal growers and retailers. They're even going to have to set standards for things like THC content. But what about pricing? Can the state undercut the tax-free prices of street dealers? The state is hoping to raise $600 million a year in taxes through pot, and IHS Global Insight says it could add 5% to gross state product by 2017. But KPLU reports the state's Office of Finance Management says retail prices in legal medical pot clinics are already $3 per gram higher than street prices. You add in taxes, are people going to pay more for what they can get for less, and possession will be legal? Then there's Colorado. Its pot law goes into effect next month, but the governor is in no rush, apparently, to sign it. He cannot veto the law because voters approved it, but he's trying to figure out how to sign something in direct opposition to federal law. Colorado's Attorney General told us a few months ago even the medical marijuana law there wasn't working.
What we have in Colorado today is a sham. It's not going to be helped by legalizing it on a state level while it's still illegal in a federal level. This really needs to be addressed on a federal level.
Finally, there's California, where you can even buy medical marijuana out of a vending machine. Here in the land where it all started, there has been a crackdown of epic proportions on the proliferation of clinics, but investors are bullish or high. For example, this vending machine is made by MedBox. It's a tiny company with a market cap of $35 million on Election Day. Just over a week later, it was worth $2.7 billion before dropping back down to about $300 million today. Analysts say big tobacco isn't going to touch this business until the feds legalize it, which leaves us a huge void. The Seattle Times talked to a former Microsoft executive starting a gourmet marijuana brand in Washington. He predicts a river of money for investors. Quote, "This is the first moment in U.S. history and maybe the world's history where we know a $50 billion to $100 billion market is going to materialize overnight, for which there does not exist a single brand."